Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's got the most beautiful French country style of all? Well, if it was up to me to say, I would say it would be Pierre, Deux. If you are not familiar, Pierre, Deux were these two guys named Pierre, one from Kansas City and one from Paris. That's really all I know about them. It's from the back of the dust jacket of their books. They founded this chain of stores called Pierre Deux that were around until about 2011 across the US, and they sold their French country style fabrics and furnishings. I think they had an interior design service as well. One time in about 2010, I stumbled into a Pierre Deux store not knowing what it was at all, and I was just enveloped with all these beautiful block prints and toiles, and I remember asking the sales lady what it was, and she asked me if I needed design services, which I wish, but at the time, no, I couldn't even afford it now. But it was a lovely store, and I never forgot it. And then years later, I stumbled across the books they had written with Linda Dannenberg, who's like a style writer. And since then, I think I've collected, if not everything Linda Dannenberg's ever done, most of it. Especially her French country style books with the two Pierres, Pierre Deux. And I thought I would just share those with you today. I think if you love French country style, get your hands on these books. You can get them pretty easily from like thrift books or Better World Books or Amazon or Goodwill for really great prices. All of mine were secondhand, and I love them so much. They have given me so much inspiration. They have helped me find my own personal style. They've helped me understand what French country style is. And they were all kind of, I think, from around the late 80s to mid 90s, written in that time. And I am a total child of the 80s and 90s, and there's something so comforting to me about looking at a big interior design book that was printed in the 1990s. I guess because when I was first getting interested in all that, it was the 1990s and there was no internet. And so if you loved interiors, I mean, like me, I would spend hours poring over pictures from books that I had gotten out of our local library or an architectural digest out of the local library. So to this day, I still love looking at books the best, even as much as I love Instagram, and I have learned so much from following so many beautiful creators on Instagram. But books there's just something about them. So I thought I would share the joy that is the world of Pierre Deux with you today, and I hope that you can get your hands on some of these beautiful, beautiful books. So let's dive in. This was their first one, Pierre Deux French Country, a Style and Source book. I am obsessed with this Banquette à Trois Places, I think it's called, on the front. There's my daughter down there outside. I've got all the windows open. And this is just a beautiful book. It mostly has to do with Provence. It's got some absolutely amazing photographs in it. As beautiful as their first book was, about, I guess, 10 years later, they did a follow-up book, New French Country, also photographed in Provence. And this is probably my absolute favorite decorating book of all time that I have ever had. I have got lots of decorating books. I think this one is my favorite. I have taken a lot of inspiration from here for my own house. Colors especially, they go into a lot of great detail about the colors of Provence in here. Yeah, okay, no, 25 years later they wrote this. So this was 25 years after the first one. But I think I've shown, this was the inspiration for my kitchen cabinets. And there's another picture in here of a hallway. These colors I copied more or less exactly for the back hallway of our house, just from poring over this picture for hours. They also went on and did, if you're more into the, I guess I would call it more French farmhouse look, not so much that south of France look, but more like checked and half-timbered buildings. They have a whole book on Normandy, which is absolutely beautiful as well. And they did one on Brittany. All these books, they go and they have these fabulous photographs of interiors that I'm sure that you could never see except through these books. They're like people that they knew, real French people who open up their homes, and they're so genuine and so real. You can learn so much. And then the other Paris, this one's called Paris Country, and it's all about people's homes in the areas just outside of Paris, not the city itself, but people who have country homes just kind of in those little areas that ring Paris. And this is a little bit more of a sophisticated feel, kind of like that Grand Chateau feel, I would say. Very beautiful and enjoyable as well. But my favorite, hands down, is the new French Country, their second French Country book, although the first one is absolutely wonderful as well. And then my second favorite book of hers, now this is not something she did with the Pierre, Deux guys, I think it's just her, French Country Kitchens. If you are designing a kitchen and you want a French country look, highly, highly recommend this book. There is a ton of inspiration in here. Beautiful, beautiful book. And then this is actually a cookbook she did, Paris Boulangerie-Patisserie. To be honest, I've never made a single recipe out of here, but I love paging through it and looking at all of the beautiful food and all of the interiors and especially the exteriors of these beautiful bread shops across France. I think, if memory serves, this book actually won some kind of best cookbook award a few years ago. If you love French country and you're looking for some inspiration, look no further than Pierre, Deux and Linda Dannenberg. They are the last word in French country as far as I am concerned. Beautiful books. You will enjoy them for a lifetime. This is Kathleen from oldworldfarmhouse.com, where I love all things French country style, English country style, and Swedish country style. If you love this stuff as well and you are trying to get this look but on a thrift store budget, follow along with me because that's what we do around here.